yeah, the only way that the mics will work for me. So when you put your headphones on, AirPods or whatever, I've noticed that if I only have one mic on, you can only hear it on one side. But if you don't have any headphones, you can hear it normally on your screen, like on the phone or whatever device you're listening to. At least that's been my observation. I could be wrong. But, anyways, what I'm going to do is for now, I'm just going to put this hat on and clip both. I haven't figured out a solution to this problem yet. Um, I mean, I ran a couple of tests to see if the audio works, and it did. So I'm praying that it does work once I go and rewatch this video. But yeah, today will mark 166 days out from my first show, and today I believe is push. But again, I don't know. I go strictly off what my coach tells me. I could show up and we end up hitting legs today. But I doubt it because we've been running a push pull legs, shoulder and arms, and then back. So Monday push, Tuesday pull, Wednesday legs. And honestly, we've only really needed to hit legs like once a week, anyways, because I just don't recover. It takes like a week to recover. I'm still a little bit sore from last week's leg day. It's Monday today, so that would have been Wednesday. So 4 or 5 days, 5 days, I guess. Anyways, yeah. But anywho, so we'll find out once I get there. But yeah, we've been doing pretty much 2 back days a week. Um, Deadlifting at the end of the week. I hit a PR last week. I think. Well, I don't know if it was a PR because I think I've hit 455 before for one, but it came up a lot easier this time. And I think the last time I even touched 405 was when I was bulking. And I'm like on a mini cut phase right now, but things are bound to change next week. He pretty much has me on 30 minutes of cardio daily, and then after leg day, I'm permitted to have a burger and fries, which is not on the meal plan, but yeah, it's nice. I don't know where I'm going to go this week. I went to Brahms last week, and it just didn't hit. It was a miss for sure. Um, so I guess I'll have to find out what I'm going to do. Bad Daddy's Burger Bar is probably one of the best burger places in this area. I live in Moore, and so it's like right next to Norman, where OU is. For those of you who don't know, it's highly unlikely you don't know what Oklahoma University is. But anyways, yeah. So Bad Daddy's is pretty good. I just don't want to spend, $25 on a meal. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna have a burger, I might as well just make one at home. To be honest, to my liking, is honestly the more financially responsible thing to do. But it is fun to every once in a while have a cheat meal, I guess. But I'm not in a phase of my diet where I'm having like extremely bad cravings where I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I just got to have this." And honestly, I don't think I've never been that kind of person. Like I was vegetarian most of high school, and this is when I first started getting into lifting and really taking it seriously. I was vegetarian. It took my health very seriously. Like I didn't eat any processed foods or anything like that for a long, long time. Like I stopped drinking sodas. Like I made no exceptions. And it was probably the healthiest that I ever felt. And again, like what I know now compared to what I know then, like it was inconsequential. Like the knowledge that I have learned over the last just couple of years training um, and dieting and stuff like that. And like, yeah. So once prep starts, I already kind of have this like expectation, I guess, or like understanding of what it's going to be like. I think it's really simple. Is that prep is going to be, you're going to be hungry, you know what I mean? Um, but you have to really just kind of like embrace it, you know what I mean? And realize that you're doing this for a reason, to bring your best possible look on stage, you know? So I don't really worry too much about not following the plan or cheating, I guess you could say, like cheat meals. I have a bit more mental fortitude than that. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go to Walmart at midnight and get a bunch of goodies a week out. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not. So, but I think part of being on a diet regime for a long time, you eventually, your cravings start to change. You know what I mean? Um, highly processed foods aren't even appealing to me, like candy and stuff like that. It's not really. I more prefer like something healthier, like even honestly, just rice cakes with peanut butter on it is like plenty sweet. You know what I mean? Like, and now don't get me wrong, there are some things like that I like cheesecake, pretty good. I'm trying to think of something that isn't particularly healthy that I would enjoy. It's overwhelming, honestly. It's not just one thing. Pizza, sure, you know, um, but on the sweet side, maybe ice cream. I like ice cream. Ice cream's good, but as of right now, it's just no bueno, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna do my 30 minutes of cardio and then eat breakfast and then head to the gym for whatever we're training today. I'm guessing it's push because that's what we've been doing, and we've only been on this block of training for a couple of weeks now. We usually change our training block, or Marcus, my coach, he'll rewrite a training block for, I don't know, probably like 8 to 12 weeks, something like that. 6, 7. Anyways, um, that's really it. I'll see you at the gym. Okay, well, that wraps up today's push day. Um, my elbow's been doing this weird thing the last couple of days where it just like kind of twitches. And like, it won't do it when I look, but it'll do it when I'm like just doing whatever, and then it'll just start spasming. I'm not sure why that is, but probably due to just the training and all these other factors. But it does that every once in a while. Um, I just had my post workout meal, 7 ounces of chicken with 2 ounces of avocado, and no carbs with that meal. I do need to go to the grocery store and pick up some bread. Trying to think what else do I got going on. Roughly an hour, I have a client, so I have to go back up to the gym to train him, and then pretty much chill for the rest of the evening, edit this video and post it. I'm trying to think what else. Yeah, the weather in Oklahoma um, has been very bipolar, but this is everybody in Oklahoma understands this, that you could have one day where it's freezing and the next day it feels like summertime. It's bizarre. It was 34 degrees today, and I had to ride the bike to the gym because I don't own my own vehicle, for one. But before I go there, later this week it's going to be like 80 degrees, so it just doesn't make sense. But about me not having a car, I've owned 2 cars. One of them was a gift from my coach, and it was my first ever car. It was a HHR, Chevy HHR, and I crashed it into a tree in a parking lot after my last interview with Triad Nutrition, which is a supplement store. So I was training clients at the gym and working part-time at this supplement store, which I didn't end up actually securing the job because I failed their in-house onboarding test, which essentially means that you have to understand the supplements and like the ingredients, and basically you're a supplement professional. So every time a customer asks you a question regarding a supplement or certain ingredient or whatever, you're the guy. You know what I mean? You understand basically the ins and outs of every product that comes into the store. But back to me crashing my car into a tree. I was listening to music while I was excited because I got the yes, basically, like, okay, we're gonna train you, and then we go from there. And it was raining outside. It was piss pouring rain. Like, I mean, you could barely see. And I was distracted on my phone, being an idiot. And instead of hitting the brakes, so okay, I'm coming around a turn, right? And there's another car coming. I'm in the oncoming lane, and I barely missed them. And I'm looking back like I'm just flustered. I'm like, oh my god, it's raining. I'm completely out of my mind. And instead of hitting the brake, I hit the accelerator straight into a tree in the middle of, I think it was Metro Shoe Warehouse or something. I could be wrong, but basically just destroyed my car and damaged the tree a little bit. And that never actually happened, by the way. Never claimed that on anything. So, for all extensive purposes, it's not a true story. Um, Anywho, so that happened. That was my first car. Then my second car, I bought from my uh, friend Cody. Okay, so Cody was he's the other boss at the gym. Basically, it's owned by 2 people, Marcus and Cody. Marcus is my coach. Cody is the powerlifting coach. So we don't really do a lot of hands-on work together or anything like that. But it was his car, and I bought it from him for $2,000. I proceeded to take that car onto the road to work for my brother's company as a pilot car driver. And anywho, I ran that thing into the ground. I mean, the engine blew up basically. The entire wire harness, I believe it's what it's called, caught on fire. And I was stuck out in the middle of some highway in Florida. We were doing a run out of Pensacola to Texas somewhere. Anyways, car got destroyed. I had to tow it back and do all that kind of stuff. And then I never actually owned another vehicle after. Well, no, that's not true. I bought a Prius off Marketplace, and I also ran that one to the ground, but then ended up selling that to my brother, or selling it to the company. So it's now a company vehicle. They were able to get it fixed and all that. Anyways, and then from that point, I was just trying to save money, and so I would be in. We worked out a deal where I would buy company vehicles from the company. We had like a payment plan kind of thing. Anyways, but yeah, I haven't owned a car in probably about a year or whatever. And all that to say, I don't have a car because if I were to spend that kind of money right now, that would put me in a not a great place financially to continue uh, prepping for this show. But the goal is to get the show, um, win, obviously win the show. But after that, uh, make some money, like probably work back out on the road again or something like that. But in the meantime, just kind of riding the wave right now, using my friend's bike or using their Nissan Leaf that they've tried to sell to me on multiple occasions, which I've been interested, but it's just like not the best decision for me right now. But they're gracious. They allow me to borrow it. The gym's like 5 minutes from my house, so it's nothing. But we always have to coordinate when I can use it. But anyway, sorry for rambling. Yeah, that's really it. So thanks for watching. Tomorrow is pool day, a little back and bicep action. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'll see you tomorrow.